Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen, with the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force.
They've outgrown their age of rebellion, dulled the Empire's edge, defeated Imperial generals and the Pirate Queen's dredge. They've been soldiers and scoundrels, what's there left to be? How about lost acolytes looking for their force and destiny? There's a seer, hermit, investigator, and teacher. Better watch your back or a vibrang's gonna reach you. Will this team find the light or will darkness win the day? Find out with the heroes of the Hydian Way.
Welcome to Heroes of the Hydian Way. This is a Star Wars actual play podcast, and we're playing in West End Games' Star Wars D6 system. And this is the second episode of A Tale Out of Time. And I'm Ben, the GM for this adventure.
I'm Brandon, and I'll be playing Roost, the Lafrarian acrobat.
I am Leslie, and I will be playing Hillary, the Alina ammunition.
And I'm Christine, and I will be playing the part of Kesh, the ostensibly gunslinger.
Ostensibly?
She didn't do so well last time.
I got thrown. She tried to shoot.
And I'm Ren, and I am playing Jorge, the Herglic poet with a heart of gold. But very low dexterity.
Your heart must be very heavy.
Yes, that's why I'm so clumsy. I just have all these feelings and thoughts.
The camera starts out. It's back inside the big top. There's barely enough light so that most beings can... there's decent, moonlight light in the stands as people are moving around to get to their seats on the benches and look around. You've got a couple actual boxes for the more VIPs to sit in. And the only part that's lit up is a stand in the middle. And this looks to be a floating stand that has an obvious repulsor on the bottom and otherwise nothing else there. Please take your seats. The show is about to begin. A poof of smoke completely covers the repulsor stand. With it, it sort of zooms up about 8-9 feet. And they're standing in the middle of this repulsor platform that's maybe 4 feet in diameter. You see Plaid O'Keefe with the red vest, the red pants, the bandana that matches, holding her white hair up, and this gray cape coming over her shoulders. Come and see the trials of darkness. For our competitive few to make it through, to use their smarts, their wits, and their physical abilities, this is a place where the most intellectual and the most physical can be tied. We will have a test of dexterity, and shows a fairly standard looking water pool that looks to be about waist high water, and then bars going over top on 4 different rails. There's 4 different paths across with uneven distance bars. A test of balance and ingenuity. From there, another light turns on and poof, there's what looks to be a set of balance beams that are slowly going up and down for either end, kind of like a teeter-totter. There's 2 of those that are about 5 feet apart from each other. If you were willing to shove someone on the other balance beam, you probably could. A trial of strength. It looks to be a normal artificial rock climbing wall with all those handholds going up, and you can see 3 safety lines for 3 different paths. And finally, a test of accuracy and of aims. And there you see 4 different colored stacks of kinds of weapons. One looks like a Nerf version of a heavy repeating blaster. Another one is a Nerf version of a bow and arrow. One's a dual pair of like blasters, but also heavily done up, kind of like the other weapons. And then finally, it almost looks like pool noodles, but they're amazingly straight, as they seem to be spears, but slightly larped in look, like slightly foamy, rubberish look. But at the very core, there's a solid spear in there. It's just unlikely to like go through someone. And now for our competitors. We have the nimble roost. All four of you are up on individual stands. The light illuminating roost's stand is lit.
He sweeps sort of one wing-like appendage towards the audience.
We have the tumbling, the bouncing, High Lord Hilary Aloric.
Hillary's going to now be wearing a traditional kind of acrobatic onesie with a little orc and then an apostrophe and then the big orc. And he's, pumping his fists.
The hunter who always gets her mark. The cunning Kesh. And we have the sensitive and very physical Jorge.
Jorge is looking sort of down at this corpse. He doesn't have eyebrows per se, but sort of like the ridge is kind of raised. Just looking just a little concerned, and then realizes everyone's paying attention to him and tries to make up for that by waving at everyone.
That one Herglic yells, like, louder than everybody in the sector.
Ooh, yeah!
Big thumbs up from Hillary to you. Like, you've got a fan. Bro, you've got a fan.
All right, contestants, on your ready. The first one through will be the winner. And go! She'll fire off a blaster into the ceiling, at which point more smoke goes up and then the entire repulsor stand is gone when the smoke clears.
All right, so are we coming at this from next to each other or from corners across from each other?
Next to each other. There is a fairly logical path that goes from the stands where you are, through the bars over the pool, across the teeter-totters, to the climbing wall, and then to the shooting range / throwing stuff.
All right. Well, it's a bad idea, but Cash is going to start trying to move as quickly as she can toward. So the bars over the pool is the first thing?
Yep.
Trandoshans aren't exactly great climbers, but she's going to give it her all.
You're a terrible lizard.
I don't have thumbs. What do you want from me?
You have claws.
They're metal bars.
What's Jorge doing?
So, I was not clear as to whether or not these bars were like something you need to balance on to cross.
I was thinking the kind that you would hang from. On the other hand, it's strong enough that you would be able to climb up and just run across the top if you were so wanting to.
Is the whole setup tall enough that Jorge's not touching the pool if he were to try to...
Yes.
Yeah, then he's just gonna start going for it.
I would like to use Jorge as a bouncing point so that I can get on top of the hanging bars thing.
I feel like Jorge is not gonna object. He'll even like offer you his hand if you want to just like take a climb.
I'm cool with that because I have an offering on hand when we get later in the round. So would that be jumping or would that be acrobatics?
I'm figuring that this really crosses both climbing or acrobatics as skills to be used.
Okay.
So in some people's case, acrobatics would be the better one. In others, climbing or getting their feet wet. Because I was kind of expecting that too.
Oh, can Kesh swim like an alligator since you can't climb?
No, I'm bad at everything. That's my secret.
Oh, I
Terrible
feel
secret.
ridiculous. I thought the name of the game was to like not get in the water, like it was like the floor is lava situation. Were we told that we can't get in the water?
No one ever
Like-
said that you can't get in the water. On the other hand, going through the water, it's of a deep enough depth that it probably is going to mess up your stride. So you're not going to be able to just walk. It's deep enough
It's
that...
an impediment.
Yeah.
To your
I see,
progress.
I see.
Also, you probably have to like climb out of the pool at the other end and all that fun stuff. But
Yeah.
Yeah, and as much as they descended from, yeah, no, it wouldn't work. Okay, cool. Thank you for the clarification.
So,
I'm figuring that this is going to initially be Hillary bounding up and trying to scramble up there. I'm figuring that that's going to be like a 13 difficulty.
cool.
I'm figuring if anyone's wanting to take it without trying to use someone else as a springboard, it would be about an 11.
I feel like that's almost unfair since I am not as tall as anybody else. But I hit 15 with 1 on my good die.
Ooh. Somebody going in the water.
I can't remember the terminology.
Mishap.
A mishap on the wild die.
Yeah, I went boing, 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 mishap. Now, do I succeed and have a bad thing happen, or does the bad thing override the success?
The way I've been reading it the last couple times I've gone through, it hurts your chances of success, but if you succeed, you still succeed, but the mishap also happens.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a threat on a roll to go with what we're normally using.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to bound up, get up to the top, and race along one of the beams that the different bars are in. And at the very final one, you step down. The beam itself pulls down under your weight and falls away, causing you to fall onto the edge of the pool. It's a padded edge. Like, the entire place is padded with
Mm-hmm.
gym mats and whatnot, so falling is not going to hurt you. But you fall onto the corner there, so it's still painful, but you're not, like, injured.
Are we taking damage just to have a threat kind of pool, or?
Yeah, I'm figuring that essentially you're knocked down, and it's going to be harder next time around.
Okay, fair enough.
So who is doing what for their time going over or under the beams?
Gliding as much as possible. So, how much is possible?
All right, so going through that, yeah, it would be a acrobatics of like 11.
Alright. I can math 18.
All right, so yeah, you're able to just flow through there. You're touching the bars, you're still pretty light. One of the bars that you reach out for initially, you see the crackle of like a stun charge going across it, and you figure that you then swing and give a bit of a swinging jump to the next bar beyond it and skipping it.
There's some gratuitous swooping and corkscrewing and stuff like that as he goes.
Absolutely.
Kesh has nothing special, so she's trying to do this the way it looks like it was intended, namely trying to grab a hold of the bars from underneath and try to climb across.
Yeah, this would be climbing. I'm figuring that it would be about a 12 for Kesh.
Okay. I don't have a... Oh, okay, there might strength.
Yep.
Okay. Does my clumsy affect this or not? Because I don't have precise finger movements or thumbs.
No, I'm figuring that the bars would have been done in such a way that transition hands would still be able to do it. It's more The clumsy is much more if you're trying to use a standard blaster or something like that.
Or, yeah, precision things. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, 4 dice. Let's go. All things considered, could have been a lot worse. Actually, that's quite good for her. 16.
All right.
Kesh will start to swing and climb her way across, alternating between her organic arm and her cybernetic arm.
What was your roll on that?
A 16.
16.
Is that determining our placement?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
At least for the moment, yes. How is Jorge?
Oh, I thought I had gone before Hillary. I guess I didn't roll. I guess we didn't actually solidify that happened. Okay, yes. I
remember the interaction, but yeah, I don't think the
I was going to dangle, climb, or dangle. What's the term for going across monkey bars like that?
Brachiate.
Swing?
Yeah,
Brachiate?
okay.
Yeah, appiate or climb.
Yeah, he's just gonna try to go across that way. He's pretty strong. He's got faith in his arm power. What roll? What stat do you think that is?
Most likely strength.
Okay, cool.
Climb if you got it.
I don't see it in there, so no.
All right.
Okay, gonna roll the big die, and the big die is a 2. Why does it keep rolling a 2? Why? Why do you hate me?
I mean, it could be worse.
No, I know.
Yeah. Could be the one, like
9,
I rolled.
10, 11, 12, 13.
So yeah, you're able to get across, and nothing greatly spectacular, though. Just as you're stepping foot on the end, that's when Hillary is starting to push his way up from the faceplant.
Fancy meeting you here, friend.
Did you fall in the water?
No, I'm actually still quite dry. I just had a moment of misstep. He heaves himself up, and he smiles and throws a salute, and turns to the next challenge.
Which is the teeter-totters. Balance beams.
Yes.
Are they balance beams that actually totter, though?
Yes, they are.
Oh, this could be complicated.
This one is absolutely going to be some form of dexterity.
It's gonna go poorly.
How wide is it?
I mean, clearly blaster, right?
Kesh aims the teeter-totter.
Really, it could be it would either be an easy acrobatics or an easy climbing, because they do put... I've created the acrobatic skill on account of there should be the dex-based one, there should be the strength-based one, but the strength one does seem to be their example of an easy... Actually, I think a very easy strength climbing is a rope ladder bridge. The balance beams climbing also does work.
Was significantly less terrible.
Is this the one where we're supposed to... Is this the one where we're trying to knock each other off of the balance beams? With like the double-sided marshmallow stick thing?
I had not thought of that, but yeah, you definitely could.
Nice.
And there definitely could be the marshmallow stick things.
I always thought
I'm
of them
definitely
as
thinking
giant
that there's
Q-tips.
I'm definitely thinking there's like the cubes of foam underneath so that no one's going to actually get hurt when they fall. Yeah, there definitely could be those. They could even help for balancing.
All right.
So we've got Roost in front by a little bit, with Kesh coming up second, Hillary in third, and Jorge in fourth. But the field is pretty tight at the moment. So how does Roost want to get through this? Or is Roost just trying to race to the end?
Yeah, I mean, I think going as fast as possible. Well, making it look good, obviously.
Yeah.
But now these are balance beams, though, right? So, like, what one of us does affects the other?
If you go on the same balance beam, yes.
Before Brandon does a roll, if I'm in second and Roos is partway over, I would love to jump on that thing and try to make this a little bit harder.
In that case, okay, the best I can come up with for that is like a climbing versus acrobatics check. So, like, climbing for Cash and acrobatics for Roost.
Okay.
now how I'm envisioning, like, Roos was able to get to the far-ish end, then Kesh comes up, able to do something. So, yes, we shall see this.
I got an 18.
I got a 16.
That's wildly reversed. All right, so I'm thinking that that's going to slow down Roost. As Roost is trying to get across, the balance beam comes up unexpectedly, on account of it's a teeter-totter, that you're able to get across, but you're definitely having to tumble to catch your footing.
If Bruce looks back, Cash is just going to grin his way.
Don't be a sore loser, Kesh.
But I don't intend to lose. And then she's going to start over the same teeter-totter that she disrupted. So this is, said it was some kind of dexterity.
It'll either be dexterity or acrobatics.
Okay, I don't have acrobatics. I don't suppose I can dodge or melee. Okay, straight dexterity. I'm fine at this.
The question I've got is since everyone is pretty close, there's not a huge gap in front.
I would like to close the gap and leapfrog over Kesh's shoulders.
All right, in that case, I would kind of be brawling parry. Yes.
Minor.
That'd be Kesh's brawling parry to Hillary's acrobatics.
Okay. Yeah, because definitely I think if Hillary's trying to use Cash as a springboard, she's going to attempt to catch Hillary. One, because she knows that he hates it. And two, that way he gets to continue forward on her time instead of his.
Or you can just dump me in the foam.
I can just dump you in the foam. All right, I got an 11.
19.
Okay. So swing and a miss.
So I think what happens is Kesh leaps onto the teeter-totter to throw off Roost and then charges across, and Hillary's like, "Two can play at that game." And he kind of hops on, and then you feel the little toom 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 of his feet, and you brace yourself to kind of turn and catch him or to snag him out of the air, but he leaps just before you were expecting, and literally, does the two hands on your head and like leaps over you like a pommel horse and keeps going. Nice try. And now he's going for Roost.
And how is Jorge?
Jorge is going to look at the situation and doesn't really want to disadvantage his pal Guillory. However, knows that, this is part of the job. He's putting on a good show. So he is going to use his size to his advantage and jump on the other side of the teeter-totter, hopefully sending everybody that's on the other side flying.
I love it. This case, I'm going to go with, I don't know, that does feel like just a pure strength one.
Okay. There's going to be a very brief, "I'm sorry, Gil." Oh, I rolled a 6 on my big die.
Nice.
Sweet.
I forget what that means, but it happened. It's there. And then my other die. 4. Oh, gross. 7. 7 showing on the other dice.
So you've got 13, and now re-roll the big one.
4.
So you've got a grand total of 17.
Yeah.
In this case, but the only thing I can really think of with it would be a melee parry.
Not a brawl parry? I guess it's going to be the same thing because it's going to be dexterity based, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, technically it's attacking with a weapon, a giant weapon, but...
Do we have to beat the 17?
Not to have something bad happen, yes.
Okay. I'll wait for everybody else to roll. Well, I'll wait for Kesh to roll, since Roost had made it across.
Okay. Oh, I got a exploding die. 13.
13.
Okay. And what did Hillary get?
13.
You said it right at the same time as Christine, so I thought you were just echoing.
Oh, no, I am.
We just
but
happen to get the same number.
I'm echoing in life, not just in word.
So I'm thinking that, yeah, the end of it comes up really, really quick, and the two of you are pretty much thrown into the foam cubes because it comes up so fast. And then Jorge is able to balance and pretty much run down the beam, like going up and then down the pivot point.
From down below, now in the foam, Cash is going to look over at Hillary and say, "This is all your fault, you know."
What? We needed to travel. This is traveling. We don't even have to pay for it. They pay us. And they feed us. Come on. Keep moving. You can do it. Hillary starts swimming through the foam blocks. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, it would be pretty much that sort of height with them for Hillary.
He Scrooge McDucks through the foam blocks.
Like breaststroke?
I definitely think as we're like reaching like a ladder to get out of this foam blocks or whatever, though, Cash will come up behind Hillary and just try to like pluck him off the ladder, drop him back down into the foam for a moment.
Oh, this is getting personal.
Yep.
Dadgummit. Well, I rolled an 18 to not be flicked off the ladder.
Oh.
Which would be a brawl.
Exploding
which is probably not
die.
good for me. Really?
Really? Second one in a row. The Dino Dice finally showing up after, giving me a mishap last time. What is Brawl anyway? Oh, I rolled one dice too few. This is strength, not dex.
Yes.
Didn't do me any favors. That's okay. Let's see how the exploding die goes. 6.
Really?
Really? They keep exploding, right?
Yep. Technically, it's
Oh my-
infinite exploding.
I don't like you. I can't see what's happening, and I don't like you.
Oh my god.
You know this is never happening again, right?
What?
Okay, I finally stopped. It finally stopped. So that was 1, 2, 3 explosions. Sorry, 4 explosions? 4
Four.
explosions.
It was 4 sets of giggles, so I'm assuming that many explosions.
The giggle chart.
Don't worry, most of the other dice were ones. 4, 29, 30, 32. 32 for spite.
So I think Hillary dodges out of the first grab and then turns to make a face at you. And then you do whatever you're about to do.
And she just grabs Hillary and tosses him backward into the foam and proceeds to start climbing the ladder ahead of him.
Oh, it is on now, friend.
You just hear Kesh like snickering to herself as she climbs. You know what? If I had to have a roll go ridiculous like that, I'm glad it was that one.
Thanks. I see how this is. Shenanigans.
Now is the climbing wall. And this one actually is going to be climbing. Because it's solely on acrobatics, I guess, but it feels much more like more pure climbing.
Some of us are happy with climbing.
Yeah, Roost is first, probably able to get at least, I'm thinking like a quarter into it before Jorge's able to get there. And the two of them are going to be able to do whatever they're going to do before Kesh and Hillary.
All right, get climbing, I guess.
So this is going up to the place where the different Nerf-style weapons are. It's a climbing wall that has a backwards cant to it. As you're climbing up more and more, you're sort of going backwards. And there are some safety lines that you can like hook into with harnesses. So if you're wanting to just free climb, you can. If you're wanting to like do it more safely, that absolutely can be.
Free climb.
Free climb, it feels like that should be like a 13 difficulty.
All right. Oh boy, I got a 5, and my wild die is a 1, so that's a mishap. And also a failure.
Since you're free climbing, I'm figuring that you're able to get about a quarter of the way there, and whichever hand you've got up, maybe there's too much chalk on the hand, maybe there's not enough, but it slips and you fall down. Again, it's padded, and so you're not going to be taking falling damage or anything like that. But it does allow for Jorge to catch up.
Yeah, here you go. I had to take a picture because I didn't believe it since I'm rolling such a low number of dice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
double
12.
sixes, man.
That's a 1 in 36 chance. That's,
Okay. Then I rolled a 5, so 17.
Okay.
You only have a 2 strength?
Oh, I thought this was Dex I thought this was Dex.
No, this one is pure climbing, so
Oh,
pure
good
strength.
golly. Okay, sorry, I need to roll 2 more dice.
More dice.
Okay, so that's 17 plus 17 plus 6, so 23 total.
You are most certainly able to get up to the top. Could I get a acrobatics check off of Roost? This one is going to be another 13.
14.
What I'm envisioning with this is Jorge's a bit more methodical in the whole climbing thing and is able to get up, but in paying attention to where Jorge's gone, Bruce is able to essentially bound up the side of this climbing wall a lot quicker because now Bruce knows exactly what handholds to use and almost runs up purely on hands, not so much using feet. Jorge gets up, then almost immediately after, Roost is up at the top. And then by the time that happens, that's when Kesh and Hillary are able to get to the bottom of the climbing hill.
Well, Kesh?
Well, what? I'm climbing.
Yeah, I'm letting you go first.
Uh,
I'm letting your aged bones take their time to make the ascent.
so help me if you try to spring over me again.
I'm tiny. How can I do that?
Mm-hmm. Cash will flick a little bit more foam at Hillary and then start to climb.
Childish.
So that is strength, which is good for me.
Especially when you get 82 exploding dice.
That was ridiculous.
I haven't gotten one yet.
Don't worry, I did not explode this time. Didn't do terribly well overall. 14?
You're able to make your way up. Nothing greatly happens. You beat the difficulty by 1.
Okay, yeah, with a great deal of probably, groaning, Kesh will pull herself up the wall. This will be a lot easier in, a few months when I have the ability just to jump up a wall like this.
Ben,
Yo.
since Hillary no longer cares about winning, Hillary would like to sneak up the wall. Potentially by cheating and going inside of it.
Okay.
24.
Okay, that does beat the difficulty that I was going to suggest of 18 on account of you're actively trying to hide yourself and go in a place that doesn't have great amount of handholds.
So I think what happens is, the floating camera droids see this, and the person on the drama organ plays a little doot, 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 and Hillary disappears into the side, into the hatch, and then reappears at the top shortly thereafter, having taken the stairs effectively.
Hey there, little friend.
Hello, friend. It is lovely to see you. He's picking his nails again, waiting for Kesh to pop her head over the edge.
Last one to get up to the platform is Kesh. So now all 4 of you are up there. Jorge's in front, Broost is in second, Hillary's in third, and Kesh is in fourth.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got Nerf weapons.
Yeah, of a bunch of different types.
What is our target?
Now it's pretty much a shooting gallery. From the looks of it, each weapon has one shot. There's a target that is pretty much across the entire arena floor. There's one that's about halfway, and then there's one that's relatively close, call it about 5-6 meters out. So essentially it's a long, medium, and short distance shot. Each one has higher point value from what you can see. Like the one at the back is, call it 100, the one at the mid is 60, and the one at short is 40.
Difficulty?
The numbers I just gave were points.
Okay, sorry, my
The
brain took a quick
difficulty-
powder and I was like, 40?
The difficulties are 10, 15, 20. Unless someone has something to do something about long range.
I actually do.
Oh no.
Lefrarians
Yeah, you
have enhanced vision on account of being descended from some sort of birds of prey,
Nice.
and so can make long range attacks as if they were medium range. So I'll go ahead and do that. Long range, but rolling like it's medium.
Alright, so that would then mean a difficulty of 15.
What kind of weapon are you picking up to do this with?
There's like an E-web, blaster pistol, bow and arrow, and a javelin.
Bow and arrow, obviously.
Alright.
Oh no. I hope this arrow's not real.
Well, it's a real Nerf arrow, but
No. Like for killing nerfs? It probably means
Sure.
some sort of like large bore sort of thing. Oh, this is gonna go very badly. I got another 5 with another mishap,
Oh no.
as I assume Roost cockily scoops up the bow and arrow,
mm-hmm.
knocks the arrow improperly, I suspect, draws it, snaps the bowstring,
Oh no.
and the arrow just kind of like limply falls to the ground below.
Wah, wah, wah.
That sounds about right.
Jorge is taking a look at these weapons with kind of a skeptical look. None of them are just really like speaking to him. They look kind of small and flimsy.
Would you like something a little bit more your speed, my friend?
Yes, what do you have?
Let's make it a show. Any motions for you to put your hand out?
I don't think now's a good time for us to do the juggling act again.
Oh, I think now is the perfect time, friend. Deep breath,
Or,
aim.
all right. And Jorge is gonna pick up Hillary and toss him at the middle, far away, most points target
The most dramatic.
with just all of his might behind this toss.
All right.
It's for the show.
At least for the toss, it is going to be a dex toss.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, I can't get over the points thing with the amount of dice I have. Okay,
Well,
big die.
Things explode.
Yeah,
What,
big dice.
can I help in any way, shape, or form then?
I'm going to go with that as a second roll.
Okay, I rolled a 4 on the big die and a 6 on the other die, so I have a 10.
Okay, so that's a 10.
Can I roll, like, to jump to increase my distance?
That is pretty much what I am thinking, yes.
All right, mishap, mishap.
No!
No.
It's
Sorry.
kind of wanting a successful mishap.
I was too, let's be honest.
On account of we probably have the exact same idea for a successful mishap.
15.
I'm thinking even with the shaky launch, you're able to get to the mid-range target, and you're now, with your hands hanging from the bottom of the mid-range target.
What is the target?
That was the 61. Otherwise, it's a big circle, like bullseye kind of target thing.
Okay, that's what I was looking for the description. If I may offer, I would like to have kind of gone through it like a hula hoop, like it's actually
Yes.
Paper or something that you would actually puncture.
Okay.
And I would like to have grabbed the rim, and I'm actually in the middle of the target now.
Okay.
Because I love Christine.
All right. Sure.
So Hillary is now suspended in the frame, and he's like, "How was that for a shot?" Working the crowd up, posturing, being obnoxious.
And then you notice a Trandoshan form finally reached the top of the wall. So you're in the furthest target?
I think so.
The mid-range target.
I'm in the not
Mid-range
furthest.
Shoot Hillary, get more points. Shoot Hillary. It's not a debate. It's really not a debate. Cash will pick up the heavy repeating Nerf rifle.
Okay.
Well,
how
nerfs
could you
are
not?
heavy. I don't know about repeating.
And she'll make a point for the crowd's benefit, and maybe Hillary's a little bit, of acting like she's going to aim at one of the other targets. And then bring it over and aim at Hillary. More like chest level. She doesn't want to actually put out an eye or anything.
I figure midsection would probably still effectively be where the bullseye is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I kind of picture like he is the same size as the target.
Sorry, Hillary. She says, not actually sounding all that sorry, and she's going to fire. I think this uses blaster skill.
Yes.
Okay. So 5 dice.
Please succeed.
I might have here 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Gets it by 1. No, you succeed.
Oh, I got it
Gets
by
it.
1. I think so.
Gets
I
it
missed
by
it by
one.
1.
You got it by 1.
Okay. So, Hillary, how does your your death scene go, as it were?
Tell me how you do you lock eyes with Hillary when you aim, or do you just cool and collected shoot?
I think it's a little bit more like the cool and collected. She kind of, attract along, pretending like she was going to go for one of the other targets. And then she just sights down the barrel, ignoring your face, kind of targeting more your torso. And then pulls the trigger.
I imagine that it's got this. It still has dramatic, real blaster fire noises.
Yeah, kind of showy versions, but yes.
Yeah, like it's got movie muzzle flash, all that kind of stuff. And so there's the gasp from the crowd as they realize that she's targeting Hillary, and there's that moment as he takes the hit, and I'm sure it's actually very uncomfortable. But there's just the whole audience just falls silent, and you just hear Hillary go, "Oh." Oh, and then he falls, but in such a way that his feet slide forward as his back goes back, and he catches himself on the knees. So he's actually just hanging upside down from the ring, and he says, "The betrayal," and the lights go out. Or at least on him. The spots zoom down from all the targets and focus on Kesh. And now he's stuck there until they can fish him out.
Kesh freezes up a little bit when the light comes back on her, remembering, oh yeah, this is a show, not just me messing with my buddy. She'll drop the Nerf blaster in like a dramatic fashion, fall to her knees, and in classic Star Wars fashion, go, "No!" And then the lights go off in Kesh.
Did our powerhouse poet win?
Maybe.
I'm confused.
Me too.
Pretty sure I'm also disqualified, but you know.
All right. Actually, now Cash and Jorge are tied.
Oh.
Well, Jorge
It's a
is going to
tie.
be distraught, running towards Guillory to make sure that his pal's okay.
You know he's actually okay, Jorge.
I don't know that. You shot him. Runs.
All right, it'll make for a better show anyway.
Check his pulse, Jorge.
Small friend. Small friend.
Hillary looks up, quote unquote, at you as he's hanging from the ring still. What?
Are you hurt?
No, it's all part of the show. Now quick, get back up top. I think you won. He waves frantically and then goes back to being dead.
I don't understand the types of shows that you and your new friend keep trying to put on. Okay. And then he does his best to look fake distraught, like acting. So he's gonna put the back of his hand on his forehead. Oh no! And then walk away.
Oh no! I love him.
Back to Cash. I guess you're fine. He's not really dead.
Told you.
Well, I'm not really in the habit of believing everything that everyone tells me.
I mean, that certainly is true.
So you know the announcers are saying that we're tied right now. So how do you want to break it?
Whoop, 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 whoop. One of the repulsor platforms comes over with this wrinkly-faced, mostly bald, with a small bit of hair coming out the back, and they're holding 3 spears. Well, since the 3 of you are left standing, the 2 of you are tied. Let's make it a good show and have all 3 of you throw at the near target. Handing a more actual spear to Jorge and Kesh and to Roost. The near target cranes in so that it's at a fairly reasonable distance to be throwing this at. As it gets to the closer stopping point, it drops down a little and starts swinging side to side.
Oh, golly.
These kind of things take a certain precision. I hope you're up to the task, Kesh.
I definitely want to specify whether or not Hillary is still, now behind this thing and potentially in the crossfire of actual spears.
Well behind the range on the spear, it would be
Okay.
highly unlikely to get.
Only Jorge could possibly.
But it would be a real shame if you hit your friend, Cash will say to Jorge.
Hey,
There's just a really, really huffy exhalation from the blowhole.
Dramatically appear at the top of the chain so that Jorge doesn't have to worry about me anymore.
Hey, Jorge. Something's been nagging me. I thought maybe you would know the answer. Why are there so many songs about rainbows?
I've never heard a song about rainbows. Will you sing it for me?
No, that's not. I'm not that one.
And Cash throws! What skill is
Alright.
this?
I mean, thrown weapons?
Missile
Technically a
weapons,
dex
I'm
one.
guessing. Yeah.
No, missile weapons also work.
Okay, I don't know what category either of those things falls under.
Dex.
Dex.
Okay. I really wish that had been like an explosion or a mishap. Would have been a lot more interesting than the flat 10 I got.
It's a
All
success,
right.
though, isn't it?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
That's close enough, right?
it's close enough.
So she throws her spear, and it hits the target somewhere on it.
Yeah, I'm going to go with if someone's able to, like, this is kind of a competitive thing. So, like, it's a target. So you've got close in, mid, and edge bands. So I'm figuring that's in, like, the edge band.
You're not going to believe this. Well, it's a 12.
Did you get another mishap?
But I got another miss.
Oh,
Are you
gosh.
kidding me?
No.
Throw that die away.
All right. Well, if Roost has now thrown, while Jorge is scratching his chin a little bit about this rainbow song confusion, I'm gonna roll.
Rainbow Song
Okay.
Confusion is going to be the name of my, that is to say, Roost's band.
Okay, big die got a 5, so come on, little die, do your best. Little die got a 3. Nope, I got an 8.
Dadgummit, Kesh still won. Oh, wait, no, you got a 12.
The way I'm figuring it is, like, Roos goes in, but just barely. So it would normally have fallen out, but then as it sags down, it rests on Kesh's spear. Clearly, to the audience, Roost wins. But now it's free to argue whether it would have stayed up or not. So it's one of those win with an asterisk.
I'll still take it, because I know who actually won this day.
Sometimes when you're up against somebody of my exceptional skills, you're just happy to place, I suppose.
So Cash is going to take a little bit of the foam that's still stuck to her outfit and slap Roost on the back. You know what? The best being did win. Just kind of smeared around a little bit. I'm not spiteful.
Oh, we're all very grown up here.
Yeah. That's kind of awesome.
So I was hanging on the one target, and I was hanging from my knee, so I basically wanted to trapeze artist, swing, and then do a flip to bust through that target and appear in that target.
I'll allow it with a 16, sure.
And I actually got an exploding die on that one! Yeah! Sorry, I was really excited about that. So Hillary does just that. You know, they're having their moment, and Hillary's just like in the background, not lighted at all. The lights are on them and the target, and the audience is rapt watching this exchange, trying to say, like, do we want to support the crotchety Trandoshan or the uppity? Okay, what are you called again?
Lefrarian.
Lefrarian. And then the one Herglic's like, I really like the Herglic. Touched my soul. And then all of a sudden you hear a quick and a cessation of swinging, and all of a sudden Hillary bursts through the other target, sending the foam and the spears flying to the ground with a clatter. And he says, and that's it for the show! And he poses.
All right. I think that's a pretty good place to end it.
Nobody knows really what happened, but they were all there for it.
Well, we still get paid for that travesty, right?
Thank you for listening to this episode of Heroes of the Hydian Way. You can find show updates on Twitter at The Hydian Way. And you can find me, Ben, on Twitter at Deuterium Ice.
I'm Brandon, and you can find me on Twitter at Blue of the Ken.
I am Leslie, and you can find me on Twitter at LesletGS.
And you can find me at 12th Night. That's 12th and Night with a K.
I spend way too much time on Twitter over at Ren Apollo.
And we are all at thehydianway.com, where you can find previous episodes.
You can also find more episodes at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts. And you can help us out by rating, reviewing, and subscribing.
We are also on Facebook as The Hydian Way, and you can holocom us at heroes@thehydianway.com.
If you like what we do and you want to support the show, you can find us at patreon.com/thehydianway.
Or you can tip this ragtag bunch of circus performers at ko-fi.com/thehydianway.
Shut up, Kesh! Hold the pose!
It's really hard to do, Hillary.
Oh, and you're supposed to have a bounty hunter's endurance.
Actually, I don't know that I was ever actually a bounty hunter. I was more like a mercenary, you see. Also, my knees used to be a lot better.
They don't regenerate like they used to.
They really don't.
And I'm Ren, and I am playing Jorge, the Herglic poet with a heart of gold.
Agreed.
But very low dexterity.
Your heart must be very heavy.
Yes, that's why I'm so clumsy. I just have all
I
these
thought that's why you were so depressed.
and thoughts. He's not depressed. He's just got a lot of deep thoughts. He's a very smart Herglic in a circus. What's he
Well, I mean,
gonna
it's a
do?
good way to see the world. Well, the galaxy. The worlds.
Also, I think he's probably a little, like, socially overwhelmed with all of these personalities.
We'll have to talk to him about it, why he's actually in the circus.
Okay, dastardly is not the word I want to use.
Yeah, that seems like pretty pejorative.
Yeah.
Cunning?
Yes.
Thought your cybernetic arm was now a train.
Nope. I mean, that would be pretty rad.
Yeah, but probably not great for swinging from bars.
No.
Okay, and just so that... What was your role in that?
A 16.
16.
Jorge is not particularly interested in trying to go toe-to-toe with his pal Hillary. So I feel like, he'll see that he has gone towards Kesh, so Jorge will go to try to disadvantage Roos. Perhaps attempting to use his size to his advantage and jump on the other side of the teeter-totter that Roost is on. So that maybe he'll go flying.
That's all of us, actually.
Yeah.
Wait, you're all on the same one now?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All
'Cause-
three of us went on the same one.
To be fair, at this point I'd figured that Roost had already made it across to the end.
Gosh. Well then, let me start over.
Sure.
Can make long-range attacks as if they were medium range.
You are a butthead.
No. He is a bird head.
Something's been nagging me. I thought maybe you would know the answer. Why are there so many songs about rainbows?
You just broke him.
Yeah, so now that's one less competitor.
Yeah.
No, you still have to be able to make the hit.
Oh, right, but I don't do it better than Jorge.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
Jorge too broken.
Okay, I've never heard a song about rainbows.
Uh,
Will you sing it for me?